Welcome to the Entrepreneur Evolution Podcast. This is our Entrepreneur Express Tip episode. I'm your host, Annette Walter, and this is the place where I share weekly business tips in 5 minutes or less to help you regroup from your week and prepare to launch into next week. Let's get started. Hey there, entrepreneur. Welcome to this week's Entrepreneur Express Tip. This week's topic for me was a little hard to choose because I've seen so many different themes throughout this week. I've seen productivity, I've seen optimism, I've seen fear of change, I've seen busyness, just extreme busyness. And I thought it would be great to really put all of those things into a capsule and talk about transition. I am sure there is transition happening in your life in one way, shape, or form. Perhaps your team is going through a transition, or someone on your team is transitioning or needs to transition. Maybe you are going through an extreme transition with something personally. And either way you dice it, transition is something that you really need to have a solid foundation around because there is typically a lot of emotion that comes along with transitions. So what can you do? Here's the tip of the day. I want you to take a look at your financials. If you haven't done your 2021 forecasting, your projections, your break-evens, now is the best time to do that. So if you have your bookkeeper, your CFO, your controller, whomever on your team, prepare the numbers. And what I like to do is I look at the as-is numbers. What are the real as-is booked business for 2021, the stuff that will really happen, and what are the true expenses? Post-COVID, in this world that we live in right now, what are the fixed as-is cost and expenses to run the business going into 2021? Use the conservative numbers on each of those. What is the conservative amount of revenue, the real revenue, and the conservative, more aggressive, I'd say, side of that, aggressively conservative side of the expenses, worst case side. And really look at those numbers. From there, you can see where you are off or where you are over, okay? And that's when you start to make your real goals and you start to identify things and you have facts and knowledge so that as these transitions happen, you feel confident in your numbers, you feel confident in your foundation, confident in where you need to grow, where you need to better perform, and where your strengths and weaknesses are. Make sure you take a look at your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, take the time to dig into them. If you've been avoiding it, if you've been dodging it, numbers aren't your thing, now is the time to do it. You want to feel strong. You want to feel confident closing out 2020 and going into 2021. I help entrepreneurs every single day analyze their P&Ls and look at all of their KPIs. If you need help in this area, reach out. There's no judgment, and it's something that is an easy thing to ask for and a really, really strong process that we can get in place very quickly for your business. I hope this helps. I am so proud of you. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave me a review. It means the world to me. And as always, keep evolving, entrepreneur. I am so proud of you. I will see you next week with our Entrepreneur Evolution podcast and our interview on Tuesday. Bye.